Hi, I hope you're all well and keeping safe. Although I've called this video the first week of lockdown, by the time you see it, in fact, it will probably be the end of the second week. It just takes me a little bit of time to put it all together and to get it uploaded. It is going to be a challenge to me in the future to put together a weekly video and try and make it different and hopefully interesting for you. I've used up most of my stock film, as I've already said, but I will be trawling the files to see whether I've got little bits and pieces that I haven't used, which I can show you. But if you've got any idea of what you'd like to see, then let me know. I was going to use some of what I feel is highlights, and possibly even lowlights as well. But to start off with, this one is really just what we were doing in that first week, with just a little bit of flying. I have found a clip that I haven't used before. Look at this. Second day of lockdown, and there is not a cloud in the sky, and there is only just a breath of wind. An absolute perfect day for flying. I apologise about the noise of the crows, can't do anything about that. And in last week's video there was the neighbour's dog barking, I realised after I'd filmed it. There are the eucalyptus trees, the neighbour who you have seen making a tremendous noise and being blown virtually right over.
months of atrocious weather, and now suddenly, look, that's what BBC said, that's what Sky Demon said, and that's what Windy said. Absolutely beautiful.
So how's the garden looking then, Dad?
Well, not too bad. That's all capped.
Capped.
All gone solid on the top.
Alright, yeah, it's like the field, it's all sort of gone from mud to dust quite quickly.
Yeah.
But by coming down to see the horses, which we have to do every morning, it does mean to say that we get to check on Dad. But this is about as close as we get, isn't it, Dad?
Yeah.
We're keeping our distance, trying to avoid going into the house. You'll see how I'm going to be uploading a video in a little while, because Dad's internet is considerably faster than mine. But you're all right at the moment, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm all right.
So we're all okay. And you're getting on okay with your video calls, aren't you?
Yes.
Which
yeah,
is
that's very good.
Which is good and nice.
Yeah.
So I've left Dad guarding the computer while I go and finish off at the stables. Although, as I've just told him, last night I uploaded something for Jodel which was 1 minute 40 odd seconds and it took 42 minutes. This is, I don't know, an 18 minute, and I think it said it was 12 minutes.
Then it was back so that Karen could read a story to the two youngest grandchildren.
So the grumpy face makes everyone stay away, doesn't it? But it was hard work looking grumpy all the time. It made Alfie's face ache, so he taught himself to smile when he was asleep. As soon as Tabitha arrived, Alfie grimaced and glowered at her with a face like a bulldog chewing a wasp. But Great Aunt Tabitha didn't faint. She just said, "Don't pull a face, dear. If the wind changes, it'll stay like that." "Yippee," meowed Alfie. "Then I'd look grumpy forever." His face lit up with a huge grin at the thought of it.
A number of people have been asking me what I think about flying at this time of lockdown. Thank you for those people that either left comments or emailed me about what's happening in your part of the world. But although in theory I could go over to Nayland, the Jodel's in a hangar with one of their aircraft, I could get there, fly by myself on the basis that it will start, and then come back without actually seeing anybody, which some people would argue is the best form of social distancing. But there are other factors involved. So no, I am not flying, but what I will do is I will show you the advice that Stephen Slater, the chief executive of the Light Aircraft Association, posted on the website, so you can have a look at that. And I think basically it's on that principle, which is why I'm not flying. I think it's a sensible precaution.
I'm sure you can read it, but it says, although it's not illegal, leisure flying is inadvisable. If something went wrong, then the whole flying community could be accused of recklessly using up emergency resources more vitally used elsewhere. And others outside of aviation might see flights as an unnecessary indulgence, and this could generate ill feeling from around your site. I know I caught a number of you out with my extra video on Saturday, but I was very pleased to be asked by Yilma to take part in his collaboration.
Hi there! If you're watching this video right now, you'll probably have one of two responses. First, who is this guy? Or second, why does this episode of For Fun Fly start this unusual? Well, it's all about making the world a less awful place than it is these days, by sharing one uniform encouraging message throughout a lot of aviation YouTube channels.
Yulma's idea was not only that we should contribute a small piece for his film, but we should actually use the clips ourselves to put it out on our channels, and it was agreed that we would do this at 5 o'clock on Saturday. I am pleased to say that the video has been very well received. So far it's had over 20,000 views and more than 1,500 likes across our channels. I'm sure that you're all aware of Ben's channel, Plain Old Ben.
Golf Oscar Juliet, request for exchange to Manchester approach 18.580.
Golf Oscar Juliet, frequency change approved. Good night.
Good day, Juliet.
Logan 7 Whiskey Charlie, descend flight level 70. Descend flight level 70, Logan 7 Whiskey Charlie. Ryanair 69 Yankee Juliet, turn left heading 290 degrees, descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1010. Left heading 290 degrees, descend altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1010, Ryanair 69 Yankee Juliet. Ryanair 69 Yankee Juliet, turn left heading 280 degrees.
Yeah.
Left heading 280 degrees, Ryanair 69 Yankee Juliet. Ryanair 69 Yankee Juliet, contact direct to call sign only 121.355, bye-bye. 1355, call sign only, bye-bye, Ryanair 69 Yankee Juliet.
They're busy as well, aren't they?
Police 151 to bow. Police 151, thanks, bye.
This is their busiest time.
Oh, is it?
And like 12 o'clock, nothing. No, like 1 o'clock.
Easy 19 Tango Uniform, descend flight level 70. Descend flight level 70, Easy 19 Tango Uniform. NX 836, contact direct to call sign only 121.355, bye-bye. 121.355, Channel 836, goodbye. Logan 7 Whiskey Charlie, speed 220 knots. 220, Logan 7 Whiskey Charlie. Easy 53 Quebec Lima, descend flight level 70. Flight level 70, easy 53 Quebec Lima.
They'll descend now down to 1,100 feet shortly, stay at 1,300 for now, and then they'll be in this low level corridor route.
Yeah.
Give it an hour and it'll be lovely.
Descend to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH is 1010, you've got about 22 miles.
Not being able to go anywhere has meant that we've been able to spend more time in the garden, but probably more of that next week. I would have filmed with this head camera yesterday, but I did the classic. Got it all set up, turned it on, and then realised that I hadn't got an SD card in it. So hey ho.
Hi, I hope you're all safe. Done it again.